God. Hello? Yes. Are we alive? We're alive. Okay. Hello.
Man, I hope that made it through.
It didn't.
Damn.
Damn it.
Sorry. I was like pushing
I'm
the
filled
button.
with sadness and disappointment.
Oh yeah.
Justice,
well,
are you
that's
sure
what
you've
this.
never watched Critical Role? Because there's an ongoing.
That's what this session's
About
gonna be all
water
about.
hoses?
No.
Well, a good Tuesday evening, my friends. It is Giving Tuesday, so I will be making random references to charities that you should donate money to today because I forgot to do the thing that raises money. I'm super fancy like that. I'm not. I haven't figured that out yet. I will, though. I will for the next holiday. Anyway, there are 3 charities that I am going to randomly drop references into the entire session. The first one is Game to Grow. They are absolutely wonderful. They use D&D to teach kids social skills. They also do other stuff, but that's the thing I'm super excited about. So go support them, please. There's also Take This. If you've ever thought, I really want to go, I really want to work on mental health, but I also want my nerdness to be understood, you should go check out their resources. It's quite good. And then there's Child's Play Charity. I really like Child's Play because they do a lot of really neat things, not just by, really giving kids games to keep them occupied and to keep their minds going and, stuff in hospitals, but they do a lot with the technology as well, which I think is very cool. Go check that out. Please support those charities. They're my favorites. Yeah, I said it. They are my favorites. Anyway, we are down 1 player today. She may join us at halftime. So we will be collectively running Marthala's character. We'll try not to add any flavor for her, but we'll, puppet it around. Y'all are familiar with this, I think.
Right then, I got this. I'll make all her decisions.
Yeah.
No.
Collectively make decisions. I decided to do that a while ago because it was really tough for me to make decisions for players when they weren't there, and so I'd be like, is this what this person would do? And if the group, agreed, then it felt firmer. So that's, group decisions.
An average of personality.
Yeah, like we could get some accents over here and some real behaviors over here, and yeah. But that's okay. We want to make sure that our players are taking care of themselves first. I encourage any viewers watching to also take care of themselves first. Games can come second. Games should not be stressful. If you're in a game that's stressful,
Run.
maybe don't be. maybe think about changing that a little bit. All right. So when we last met, which I think was a week ago, I think we're going into week 2.
Yeah.
Woo, let's keep this
7 days
going.
ago.
Oh my goodness. So 7 days ago, y'all were able to come out of the manor that you were in the basement of, and stuff happened. Do any of you remember what happened?
Yeah, we discussed
we came out?
theoretical necromancy.
We did discuss theoretical necromancy. Tyler apparently
Uh,
screams. I don't know why Tyler is screaming. Maybe that's what y'all did after you came, maybe that's what y'all did after you came out of the basement. You all screamed. Was there screaming?
Drew stomped off into the woods and told people not to follow him.
That's right. I think it was a field, but yes.
Field with some trees.
Away.
Field, woods, whatever.
Something that Harlech probably considers wilderness.
It's like a golf course. It's like, I don't know how you rough it out there.
I mean, if you stray from the path, then who knows what you'll find. Ducks or something.
Yeah. Oh God, ducks. No.
Is this the
That's
farthest
the worst
Harlech has
haiku
been
I've
from
ever
home?
heard.
What was that, Trish?
Is that the farthest Harlech has ever been from home at this point?
Where you are
Is
now?
Harlech a hobbit? Yeah.
He, if I recall, this is the first time Harlech's been on a trip this far away, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the most outside of bounds he's been. Like, he works, like, his family's all merchants, so he's probably traveled a bunch, but he mostly stays in cities and stuff like that. And, like, the foray underground was, like, a big new thing. Now he's in a village.
Right. He has to use a map. What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like on the boat he's got like his cabin and he has all of his amenities and a chest full of like whatever his grooming supplies or.
He's like a third or fourth son. He's not quite that
Yeah.
pampered,
Have you
but
ever
like
been on a boat?
he's still
Hey, it doesn't mean that it can't be secondhand. supplies.
I'm just gonna say Harlot goes glamping, and that's all I need to know.
Oh, if.
Been away for 1 second.
Okay, so yes, Druge is off in a field. I believe there was a heartfelt conversation between Quentin and Marthala, which I think was the first time y'all had a heart-to-heart. Does that sound right?
Yep, and it gave
Had
her
a mo. Yeah.
gave her a headache.
I think Relic got Harlech thinking about theoretical necromancy, and Brandel
yep.
observed this sort of like a tennis match, I believe, is what I remember from that. Does that sound right?
His idols did ping pongs in their sockets.
Oh, I did want to point out that the heartfelt conversation between Quentin and Marthala was about Druge being all right. So I just want to call that out. Let's see here. Okay. Harlech wanted to go ink shopping. And Relic, you went and talked to Darren Ettermatch to inform him about the empty manor.
Right, and more importantly, to garner votes.
Right, you wanted to garner votes as well. And then you headed back to the Stonehill Inn to drink. That's where you were heading. Harlech was heading to the Temple of the Coin Maiden to get ink. Marthala was watching the sunset. The sky changed color, the stars come out, and then heads back to the inn late. Quentin, you hang out with her until she goes back. You buy her a shot of whiskey. She toasts with you, but she doesn't drink it. And then I want to make sure to remind everyone that Druge stayed out in the field until morning. He
Why is that important? Nothing bad happens in fields by yourself when you split the party. It's fine.
More importantly, you had a moment with this tree that you ended up sleeping under, where you're rubbing your tusks against it, and you carved some Loxodon. Are they runes or are they just
They are
letters?
runes.
Runes.
They're runes that are on the tusks, funnily enough.
Got it.
Oh, some of them anyway.
Some of them, and the runes translate into daughter and wife, and you sleep under that tree.
Sister and wife.
Sister and wife. My apologies.
Oh.
I wrote that down wrong.
Hopefully not
Thank
the
you.
same. Just separate.
Sister wife.
No, yeah, it's sister and sister wife.
Okay, so I wrote down that Druge is pissed and not happy with anyone for learns. Relic is interested in necromancy or necromancy. Is it necromancy or necromancy? Necromancy. For votes specifically. That was why he was interested, in case anyone forgot.
Theoretically.
Theoretically.
I wrote down, we're all kind of done with the manor stuff. Don't want to go back there. Marthalla's day keeps getting worse. No one seems to like her right now. Druge is having a hard time, and Harlech has a new theoretical interest in necromancy. The RP point it was a tie between Druge and Marthala. We'll hold on to Marthalla's for next time. Druge, you've got one for being a big whiny baby.
Really big.
Marthala got a point for considering the ink that Relic used to draw a mustache, and passing it back. So just to remind everybody that Druge has a drawn-on mustache, which no one has called out.
I tried to.
No, Marthala showed him. Marthala did like.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. Okay, so you do know about it.
So he's aware it's there. He just hasn't done anything.
Doesn't have the feels about it yet.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Other good moments were Harlech's response for theoretical necromancy, Marthalla's reaction to Druge when Druge pushed her away, which was literally heartbreaking, and Relic going back to plying for votes, which I thought was quite good as well. All right, so anything else anybody wants to add before we jump right on into it?
Yep. You leveled up.
That's
True, we
right.
all
You should
did
all be
it.
level 5. I did some special studying over the last week about combat with level 5. I want to admit that I've never been super good at combat, and I should have started studying this sooner. But you can't know everything, and that's okay. You can be a GM for years and learn new stuff later, which is what I'm doing. That's also okay. So it's okay to not know stuff, it's okay to learn stuff, and it's okay to admit that, because then your friends will help you, right, friends?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Aw.
No.
Okay, fine. Learn nothing. Okay, so yeah, you're level 5. Do we want to start? Let's start the next morning. Does that sound all right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So we wake up the next morning. Oh, Harlick, you went to. No, you're right. We got to
Do I get any ink?
We got to talk about Harlick's ink thing really quickly. We'll do that and then we'll skip to the next morning because I'm sure nothing interesting will happen. Okay, so Harlick, you go to the Temple of the Coin Maiden, which is kind of in the middle top of that map. You walk past.
Sure.
You walk past the Stonehill Inn. You walk past the smithy. Nobody's poked their head in the smithy yet, right?
Not here.
Correct.
Just curious.
Not in this round.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go into the Temple
It's
of
a
the
high
Coin
bar
Maiden.
to match, so.
I've decided to stop looking at the book, so if any of you are like, that's not what Acquisitions Inc. says, I don't care. So the Temple of the Coin Maiden is interesting because it's very run down, which I actually think that's accurate. It's very run down, and there's only one acolyte on the step, and she's sort of a plaintive little thing, and when you approach her, she looks sort of hopeless and then hopeful, and then you walk right up to her, and she's like, oh, hi, yeah. Do you by any chance want to donate your hard-earned money to support the temple?
I mean, perhaps. I'm actually looking for ink.
Of course.
I seem to have been going through a lot of it.
She says, "Oh, would you like to? Normally, our temple would be giving away those kinds of supplies, but times are a little tight right now. Would you accept some ink on behalf of a donation, perhaps?" She's not good at this.
Sure.
She's not good at this at all. She's very awkward.
Hold on, let me see what he's got, because this will
One million.
change things. Yeah. And he'll
Nothing
pull out
smaller
a
than
couple of
platinum.
a couple of gold pieces and be like, "Will this do?"
You pull out gold pieces.
A couple.
She kind of very carefully reaches her hands forward, like she's afraid you're gonna snatch it away.
And just put it in her hands like
And she pulls
donation.
them back and sort of just holds them up by her chest, and then turns around and like walks into the temple like she's gonna drop them, and over her shoulder she says, come with me. And it really seems like she's holding like a bowl full of water and she doesn't want to spill it, but it's just the gold that you gave her. Do you go into the temple with her?
Sure.
Okay, so you go into the temple, and she takes a hard left into a smaller room. But you see in the back that there used to be what was probably once a very fine altar. It looks like it was maybe gilt, like brushed leaf gold and onto it. That's
Sure.
flaking away quite a bit.
Gilded.
Gilded, there it is, thank you. There's another acolyte back there that from this far away looks exactly like the acolyte you were just, that's scurrying around a corner. And she's talking to a man in very fine sort of, it's a sharp white and a sharp red, like robes. And he's reaching out and sort of like running a finger along the altar while he's talking to her, and like, that's Dusty. Do you follow the acolyte into the small room that she ran into?
I mean, it appears that she's kind of leading me, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Sure. Why not?
She leads
Things
you.
are weird, but whatever.
Yeah, in the small room, she is setting each coin on a table, one next to the other. If you gave her more than one, and then she brushes her hands. You gave her two. Yeah, she sets them very carefully side by side. And she brushes off her hands and she turns around and she says, okay, now right over here. So she takes you to a small cupboard and she opens it, and there are some stone jars. There are some sort of milky glass jars. It looks like the sort of the cast like the leftovers, right? It's not clear. And then there's one beautiful crystal, like faceted ink thing, and it's the largest one. And she reaches in and she takes it and she turns around and she says, and she hands it to you, and she says, with all of the kindness and fervor that my temple can provide, please take this ink in return for your very generous donation.
Do I have any idea how much this ink would normally be worth?
It's probably worth about a gold. Like it's like maybe two, like the jar is faceted, so it's a little hard to see what's in the ink. It's covered in dust though, right? Like the other jars, you can see ink in the glass. You assume the earthenware jars have ink in them because that's what your ink normally comes in, is this like little earthenware like pot jar lid thing. And so this is clearly like somebody probably donated this, or they used to use it for like their very fancy proclamations or something like that.
All right. Well, considering this is probably better than he was expecting, he'll fish out a couple more gold and like kind of. I guess he wouldn't like he'd initially go to like toss them on it, but considering how well placed they were, it'll be like, and he'll kind of hand them to her and be like, you're very generous.
She does the same thing where she sort of like puts her hands out and takes the gold and she places it on the table and she says, oh, one moment. And she sort of like, she's looking for something. She's looking and she's looking and she's looking and she says, where is it? I know I saved it. Where is it? And she finally finds a like a folder with maybe half an inch of very fine snowy white paper, and it's maybe math by math. It's about the size of a bread box, and in
back end of a lima bean.
Yep, back end of a lima bean, and she hands that to you as well. She like blows a bunch of dust off it. She hands that to you as well. You've already over donated for this. She's trying to sort of like make up for what you've donated. These are clearly things the church is not the temple is not using right now and have been stuffed into corners. So
I think at this point, Harlock is kind of going through the like, we could be going back and forth all day. I think I will just take this and go. Like, you are very generous. I wish you well.
And she says, of course. And then she scoops up the coins and she rushes past you back into the main part of the temple.
Well, considering this got extra weird, I think he'll just take his new acquisitions and go.
So when you walk out into the main temple, the acolyte that you gave the money to has rushed up to the other acolyte and they're arguing. Will you roll a perception check for me, please?
Oh, no. I don't know if I have... Oh, I think I've got luck. Haha, worth a try. All right. That is a flat 10.
So you can...
Otherwise, it was going to be real bad.
You can hear the acolyte that you were speaking with, the one with the coin, saying, "But we can save the temple now. We don't need to agree to his terms." And the other acolyte is saying, "But he says he wants to buy it." And the man looks bored, and his eyes sort of like he looks over in your direction. He looks you up and down. And he absolutely dismisses you. And so the acolytes keep going back and forth. And before you can make it out the door, he says, "I find this conversation boring. Do you accept my terms or not?" And these acolytes are really just girls. They're barely old enough to be adulting. And they sort of freeze like little rabbits, and they look at him, and that's about all you see before you step out, unless you're going to stay.
Do I know anything about the Coin Maiden?
The what?
The Coin Maiden?
Oh,
It's the Temple of the Coin Maiden. Do I know anything about
roll
it?
me a history check
Okay.
while I look stuff up in a book.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
What'd you roll?
1 minute. The same thing I rolled the first time before. Luckily, I've still got some luck points. You said a history check?
Or no,
That's,
or
13.
or a religion check.
It's still a 13.
Good. 1 second.
I've rolled 2 1s this session.
You're not doing great, dude. Here we go.
Wouldn't you like to be a halfling?
Right?
And, like, I've only rolled, like, 4 times. This is impressive.
That was
I mean, I shouldn't
useless.
laugh of all people, but I know those feels.
All right, I could look this up on the internet, but I don't want to, so I'm gonna make shit up. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 13.
You do remember? I think you ran into one of these priests out on the road, or is that a different?
That was, we ran into her on the street when we were on the way to the manor.
No.
from the
Like
orchard.
way back when you were out in the woods, on your shortcut. You
Oh,
ran.
no, that was a bad person.
It's a different guy.
That
Okay.
wasn't a Coin Maiden.
So the way that
Luck.
Yeah, so the way that this temple exists is the idea of the virtuous wife that saves every coin she can and shares it with people less fortunate than herself. You might say that it's based on a goddess that believes very deeply in charity and in donating to charities, like Game to Grow and Take This,
Hey.
and Child's Play Charity. So,
Full circle.
you know that
So,
they're known for fundraising. In some of the bigger cities, it's kind of a flashy temple. In some of the smaller villages, it tends to be where people get get extra scraps of bread and things like that.
so I think with that background, if he starts hearing about them buying the temple, he'll probably try to figure out what's going on before he leaves. Just like stop going towards leaving and listen.
Okay. The two acolytes start sort of talking over themselves, and he raises a hand and holds up one finger, like in their faces, like stop talking. And he says,
Is this someone I know also?
"No, it is not." And stop talking, and he says, "I want a simple yes or no. Do you agree to my terms or not?" And the acolytes look at each other, and they just look absolutely terrified. And at this point, he's like tapping his toe, like he's frustrated.
What terms are you offering? Just curious.
He very slowly turns to look at you, like, how dare. And
Uh-huh.
like nose in the air. Like this guy has a nose that's like naturally tilted up. And he says, "And you are?"
An interested party.
"I don't believe you are acquainted with my order. Are you?"
Wasn't even aware you had one.
He sort of like looks at his robes and like brushes off a speck, and he turns back to the acolytes, and he's speaking loud enough that it's very clear he's talking to you, but he's addressing the acolytes. And he says, as I was saying earlier, the Church of the Holy Rider would appreciate this land and these grounds in order to bring the good word of our order to this town.
Do I know them?
Roll me a religion check.
Oh, 12.
You know, there are several religions running around on Azinlia, apparently. You learn something new every day. This one is a bit... it's a monotheistic religion, which means one god. I think it's fairly patriarchal. And it's old. It's been around for a couple hundred years. They like to build churches, preach about their God, his wonders, and the wonders of the saints that gave their lives for him. So it's a...
So I don't really know much about them.
No, nobody really does. That's kind of their whole thing.
Huh.
Lots of preaching. They're very grand. That kind of thing.
Ladies, why are you selling your temple? That's fairly unusual, isn't it?
They pivot to you, and the one with all the coins who has decided that you are a helpful, wonderful human, and you can see the shining in her face. You don't even need to roll an inside check. You just know these things. She said her words.
So rare for me.
Her words are sort of stumbling over themselves, so she's blurting this out. I'm gonna say it clearer for the stream, but basically, what the impression what you're picking up from her is they're down on their luck. Their charity is not in fashion right now. This town isn't very big. I forget what's above an acolyte, but whatever that is, she got sick and died, and they were brand new when she started getting sick, and they just don't know how to run things, and basically they ran out of money. But she ends with, but with this, and she holds up the handful of gold that you gave her, and she spins back to her acolyte sister, and she says, with this we can keep going. We can do our good work. And the man, like, very, very obviously rolls his eyes.
And, sir, do you just plan on taking over the temple, or is your order too poor to make their own?
Wait, what did she say?
I said, is your order too poor to build their own?
Did you not hear him drop the mic?
He looks over at you and he says, my order is known for refurbishing temples and churches like this that have fallen on hard times. We will take the acolytes into our service. He pauses and he looks at them and he says, not as priests, obviously, as they are women, but we will take them into our service. We will provide a good home for them, and we will teach them the correct way to preach about our God.
Fire
So that's a yes?
Firebolt.
It seems like a yes.
Robes are flammable, right?
I thought the Order of the Rider did, like, fanciful and big and grand, and I just don't see what you do with this place.
He says, it is none of your concern. Please leave.
You're right. I'm not concerned. I'll pull out a platinum, hand it to her, and be like, neither are you. Goodbye.
They have identical looks of, like, I don't know. I can see the expression in my mind, but I don't know what the word for it is. It's just, they're shocked. And the priest is standing...
With the giant eyes.
Oh, yeah. Like, the mouth hanging open, like, oh my god. And the priest is standing there, and it almost looks like he wants to snatch the coins out of their hands, but he gives you the most poisonous look he can. He waits until you're at the door, and then as the door is closing behind you, he starts to move towards the door, like, okay, well then fine then.
Like he's leaving?
Yeah, he leaves after you. If you're still at the door, like if you're still in the street, like he comes to the door, closes it very carefully behind him, turns around. He'll probably see you and just sort of stand there and stare into the distance, like he's ignoring you.
I don't think he'd mask it that at all. He'd actually fully like kind of like a good hard chuckle and head towards the inn. This
Okay.
is
Harlock
just,
just like
good
take the
times.
double bird and just like fade backwards out the door.
We're like, anyway, I had stuff to do.
Okay. All right, so you head back to the inn. I think Brandel and Relic are probably having a drink. Does that sound like something y'all would do before heading to bed?
Oh, most definitely. After a hard day campaigning, I need a little bit of something to wet my whistle.
Got it. Brandel?
Yeah, I'll have some water.
No, come on, chum. At
Is
least
it-
throw a little salt in that water.
Is it hard water?
I have a letter to pen, plus I have a dog emergency to handle, so I'm gonna duck away for a couple minutes.
Oh, are you gonna tell these guys what happened at all?
What, like with the temple?
Yeah.
Come up 3 days later on the road.
I got annoyed by a snooty
that
guy, and I
guy.
threw money at people. It's just every day.
Okay, go
Yeah,
take care of the
We're
dog.
gonna
That's cool.
Unlock this door and not open it.
You guys suck. Okay, so Relic and Brandel, you talking about anything in particular? I imagine that Relic and Brandel talking to each other must be kind of interesting, right? I don't think you guys have had a talk before, have you?
No, we're cuddle buddies because he gives off the most heat. So
True.
I definitely make sure that I always put my sleeping pad next to his when we're out roughing it. And I'm just telling him I'm outlining my grand plans for this town. So first, I'm getting a little deep in my cups. First, gotta get all the votes. And Harlock, you saw, he's gonna help us out. He's gonna get all the bones. What's that? Yeah, he's gonna get all the bones, and they're gonna come up out of the ground, and they're gonna go cast their vote, and they're all gonna vote for me. And so then, and this is the good part. Shh. This is the good part.
Brandel has
So-
said nothing.
We're gonna, yeah. We're gonna win the election, and then we're gonna move here, and we're gonna set up a, what was that? Right. Yeah. What'd you say?
Is Brandel just totally silent through all of this and keeps asking me?
Yeah, oh, yeah, good point, mate. Yeah, and so we'll set up a trading outpost here, and what we'll do is we'll charge people. They'll come here, and they're on their way to that other town that we went to, and they pay us money.
So the innkeeper's husband, the one that brews the special honey whiskey, he's sitting with you, and he has been tasting his own brew. And as you're saying stuff, he's like, yes, yes, that sounds right, yes, of course, and like looking at Brandel, like, right, yes, he's a genius. And the wife is very sober, and she keeps bringing you like bread with drippings and stuff. She's minding a stew, and it's almost done. While she's doing
That's
this,
good.
a slim young lady appears at the door, and you remember her as one of an acolyte from the Temple of the Coin Maiden, and at the back door. And I forget what the little boy's name was, but he says, "Ma, she is here again." And the innkeeper, she reaches under the bar and she pulls out a basket, and it seems to have like apples and bread and like and she pulls out a clay pot, and she ladles a bunch of stew into it, and she snugs a lid on top, tucks it into the basket, covers it with a sort of a like a towel that has seen better days, and takes it to the back door. And she says, "My goodness, what's got you all excited?" And you hear some whispering, and you hear not whispering, but like some talking you don't quite understand. And she said, the innkeeper says, "Oh my god, that's so exciting! Well, that's wonderful. I'm so happy. That's excellent. Well, you make sure you girls sleep warm, and you come back in the morning. We gotta and make sure you're well fed and that kind of thing." And she comes back to the bar, and she's wiping her hands, and she starts to put bowls on the counter and start dishing it. If there's a lull in the conversation, she calls her husband over to get the bowls, and she's talking to him. And he comes back over, and he sets the bowls down in front of all of you. And he says, "You would not believe what just happened. You would not believe. My wife was just telling me, some fancy dude. He's a fancy dude. He's a fancy dude. He tried to buy our temple. With our girls. You believe that? He tried to do that.
The whole temple.
And then another fancy dude. Hat.
Buy a temple. It's God's temple.
Another fancy dude, a hat, right? This fancy dude. He gave him like a whole pile of gold for some ink, so that they don't have to sell it. This is pretty. So our girls are gonna be okay. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that sounds. The hat and the overpaying for something. That sounds like my mate, Harlock.
Which I think is when Harlock walks in. I think Harlock walks in at that exact moment.
Right. Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Checks
I
his
usually
pocket
I tell him
sand
do that
timer or
stuff.
something.
Yeah, I that's part of me being mayor. You know, I got a rich friend who just throws money about.
Wow.
Yes,
You
that sounds right. Yes.
Yeah. He hangs
Do you
out in
remember if I still
lobbies.
have that like mini keg? I don't remember if I do.
Oh.
Does anybody remember picking that up?
Where did you pick that up?
Yeah, we found it in the ruins of the,
Yeah.
Right.
the building, I think.
I don't think
Yeah,
you
like
drank
I
from it.
grabbed it, but like I don't remember if I sold it anywhere, but I don't see it in my items.
I don't think
so.
I don't remember you selling it anywhere.
I don't think we've had an opportunity. We found
We
it in the
haven't,
ruins,
yeah.
didn't we?
Let's pretend you have it. What did you want to do with it?
I mean,
It's not a toy.
this is an inn. There's drunks. I'm
Yep.
in a charitable mood.
Yep.
I'll go fetch it from my things and be like, ta-da! Pop that open.
So when Harlock,
Yay!
when Relic's like, this sounds like my man Harlock. The innkeeper's husband is gonna be like, you were there? Did you see that awful man who tried to buy the temple? What was he? What does he look like? This is terrible. We gotta run him out of town. Yes.
Your incredulous drunk guy voice kills me every time.
It's the same every time
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not good.
It's the best.
Well, I'm glad you like it. At least someone's
is he
entertained.
asking? Was he asking me?
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing
Oh,
that. He's doing that thing where
okay.
he thinks he's just gently touching your arm, but he's like grabbed it and is like sort of like pulling you towards him, like, tell me the
Well,
details.
at that point,
Yeah.
like if he's asking what the guy looks like and he's talking about running him out of town, Harlock's not really that kind of guy, so he's gonna start making stuff up, like outlandish, crazy stuff. Be like,
Mhm.
well, he's bright blue.
Bright blue. We got a
And
green guy.
his entire outfit matches that blue. He's in
Yeah.
all blue.
Oh, he should be easy to find
Um,
then. He should be easy to find
yeah.
then. Yeah, that sounds good.
Stands out like
Sounds
you wouldn't believe.
easy to
But
find
maybe
then.
he's already
Yeah.
dead. Yeah.
My
yeah,
first
maybe
act
he's already
as
run away
mayor
because
will
he was
be to murder him.
Did you say your first act as mayor would be to murder him?
It will cut his head off right in the town square.
Okay, you've lost
Um,
the innkeeper's husband. He looks
so-
shocked, and he's like, "No!" And the innkeeper comes over. And she's
that was
like-
a joke.
She's like, What's going on over here? What is this?"
Madam, we discovered this small container of alcohol on the
Mhm.
road, and
And you're serving it in my
we'd
bar.
like to. Actually, I was going to give it to your bar.
You're gonna
And
give
you
it to
could-
my bar.
If you felt that if you felt the need to pay me for it, I would take whatever you offered. I'm in a giving mood today.
I see. Is this by any chance the small cask of ale that you have opened and has
No.
it has been already?
Oh, somebody opened it already? Well then I won't be selling it. Will I?
Definitely.
Okay, this is very interesting. What are you yelling about? And her husband is like, "There's a blue man, and he tried to buy the temple of our girls. It's not cool." And she's like,
We're gonna cut his head off.
"It was
Right in
not."
this
It
town
was
square.
not a blue man, and he wasn't trying to buy the girls. It was just one of the priests of the Church of the Holy Rider. You know, they go around buying buildings and fixing them up and preaching all their nonsense. I'm glad the girls got the money to keep their place, but you need to come help me in the kitchen. You are just falling down drunk. And he's like, "I'm not falling," and he falls off the
I'd
bench.
keep him away from knives. Just a suggestion.
That's
Maybe
a good
knives.
idea. He's very smart. And she drags him basically by the ear back to the kitchen. And then you hear somebody dunking somebody else into like a thing of water and like some sputtering.
Is Quentin? Is Quentin still in the bar at this point?
Quentin, I think you and Marthala came back very late. I think is the
Okay,
note
so
I
we're not
had.
back yet.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
I mean, if it's open, we're serving everybody what's in the keg, because why not? Whole
Um,
bar gets some.
Yep.
It's open. Why not?
At the mention of the Holy Rider, Relic drops his cup. Just straight up, grabs Harlech by the collar, and pulls him as close as he can with his diminutive, drunken size.
So you jump way up.
Yes.
He's up on the table.
If it involves standing on the table, that's not.
I'm now imagining like Harlech standing there looking kind of fancy and Relic like with his like fully outstretched with his arms all the way up on the pellet pals being like, "I gotta talk to you." Feet not touching the floor.
No, he
I mean, if
pulls
you drop
him as
your
close
cup, I'll
as
like
he can,
go to start pouring you another one, but sure.
staring him right in the eye, and his face is white. What'd you say? What'd you say he
What
was?
did I say?
Yeah. You say Holy Rider?
I believe so. I think that's what he said he was from. All right,
He's
did
gonna
you
fall back
associated with
into
Holly
the-
Rider?
table onto his butt. And that drunken
So-
flop.
yeah, the like
We gotta get out of here, mate. We gotta get out of here right now. Right now. He's gonna roll off the table. Thump. Oh, go pack the bags. We're going. Get out of here right now. And stump
And-
upstairs as fast as he can.
And Quentin
Uh-oh.
and Marthala are both not present, right?
yeah, and Druge is asleep in a field. Yeah.
Well, that could be complicated.
Couldn't it
Um,
just?
Have anything good for that?
What would you do? Are you gonna like hit him? Like
No. Oh! I might have something good. Is that prepared?
okay,
Promising.
Thought
so
that was prepared.
Relic heads upstairs to pack bags. He stumbles a lot and probably bangs around the walls. Does that sound right? And-
Accurate.
Do you think he'll actually pack bags? Do you think he'll sit down for just a second and then the sun will come up?
Oh no, he's packing bags. If
Seriously,
casting
okay.
healing word on himself would get rid of his drunkenness, he would do that. I don't know.
I
if that's
don't
how
think
that
it
works.
does. No.
No, it seems unlikely.
No.
Nope. One track mind, packing bags.
Okay. Do you try to pack other people's bags or just your own?
I was in a room by myself. Yes, if I can get into other people's rooms, I'm absolutely gonna try and capture that too.
Okay, so Quentin and Marthala, I think that's what y'all come back to, is Relic is probably in Marthala's room trying to pack things and not doing a good job and, like, knocking stuff over. I believe she would
Before-
probably be like, what the hell? Oh, before?
So
Hang on.
Before we leave
Uh,
the fields,
Yeah.
and before Drew's just fully out of sight, I was gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him just so I can kind of keep tabs on his location.
Doesn't the person know?
Does he know?
I don't think so.
Not necessarily, as far as I know.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's
Like
not.
if you fail a scrying, they know, but like Hunter's Mark is just more of like my awareness of them, especially in the newer
Gotta
versions of
hex
Hunter's
him.
Mark. It's less a spell and
Gotta
more
hex
just
him.
paying attention.
Okay.
So given that I can't come up with an immediate reaction, and knowing the suddenness of things, Harlock would probably be with Relic, not necessarily doing anything, but like, kind of hanging out. They're like, oh, what's the big
Okay.
deal? Like,
Trying to get him to
you're
talk?
very drunk and packing,
Yeah.
so I should probably keep an eye on you. And maybe he'll do some minor illusion stuff to maybe drag it out a bit and be like, oh, what about that shirt? What about
It's my favorite shirt. I won't leave that one.
Never seen
Oh.
it before. It's my favorite.
oh, the
shirt.
door disappeared. That's weird. Could that be done by the Holy Rider? I don't know.
Oh my
no.
god.
Just like trying to stall him.
It's not a joke, mate. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant and have him start packing things as well.
Got it.
I will also cast Unseen Servant. Oh, no. Packing things?
It's just Fantasia.
Puts it in the bag
Elder
and then puts it outside of the bag.
The shirt
I'm-
starts marching into
No,
the suitcase.
no, I'm imagining like one unseen servant like picking up a shirt and putting it in a bag, and another unseen servant taking it out and throwing it in the corner, like in a circle. And so they're just dealing with like one or two shirts, and Relic is like, "Yes, this is working," and Harlock is like, "Yes, this is
Yeah,
working."
it's totally working. It's great. And the whole time I'm gonna try to like kind of coax information at like, why are we trying to leave immediately? Is this just drunken insanity? Like, what's going on here?
Shirts.
No, mate. No, mate. This is bad news. They tracked
Do you
me
have,
all
like,
across
a-
this continent, and they keep trying to get me, and they're not going. I'm not going back, mate. Oh, fuck
you-
it. I'll
does
kill everybody in this town before I go back.
Jeez.
Jesus.
We're just gonna
Not-
disappear whatever blades are around and be like, oh no, those aren't doing this anymore. No, you already packed them. They're gone. Don't worry about it.
You did pack those, yep.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I feel like are Drush and Harlock gonna have a conversation about babysitting later?
Maybe.
Okay. So this is what Quentin. This is what you walk into, Quentin and Marthala. I think Marthala's just gonna stand in the doorway and be like, "Why?"
Ooh,
is
fantastic. He's yours. Good
Everybody,
night.
get ready. We got Peck. Chop, Angel Face. Here, I packed just. Wait. Peck the
It's
bag.
all on the floor because I've just
Isn't going to plan.
I kind of like lean over to Harlock and kind of whisper like, what's going on here?
I religious war? Like really, I don't know. He's drunk.
I mean, yeah, but he seems to be kind of whipped up into a fervor.
So I mentioned
Hacking
the
time.
Holy Rider. Don't say it out loud. He gets real animated. And he just decided we needed to leave immediately.
I see. And GM, does this sound any familiar to me at all?
Roll me a religion check.
What? You cut out there.
Roll me a religion check.
Religion check? Okay.
I really liked it when it was Roman religion
Ro-
shit.
Romanian check. Your mic.
The Roman numeral check.
Yeah, sorry, I yelled. I
Roman
apologize.
numeral check.
Shiny
the-
math.
VII. 7.
You rolled a 7?
Oh,
Did you
A
roll a 7?
Natural 7.
You
I have
rolled a
plus-
7?
I rolled a 7.
Cody.
Grab the right deck.
this is
I
a
was gonna say, there's
knowledge
lots of
check,
unseen
so who
servants
knows
in the
what's
room, running
happening?
around doing things. One is piloted by a drunk halfling.
Yeah, is it piloted by the drunk? Like, is it also kind of drunk?
Instructed.
Is it somehow
Most
giving off a confused manner? Like, I don't know what he wants, and I
That sounds.
um.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. The directions might be a bit jumbled.
Yeah, I don't know, Relic. How good of a job are you doing to like instructing your unseen
They're,
servant?
they're mental commands, so.
Oh my god!
So it like at some point it might be throw suitcase across room.
Yeet.
Yeah, we gotta hurry, get everything packed up, and get it outside.
You,
It's just
And a suitcase
out-
goes
out
flying
window.
up the
um, Quentin, as
That's coefficient.
as you're trying to remember what you know about the Church of the Holy Rider, you have a feeling that something isn't right. You can't put your finger on what it is,
Man.
and this will get revealed later.
Oh, good.
So
Boy.
Am I still
I'm
green?
gonna there's
Yes.
a tapped keg I'm gonna help finish off and then gonna do a little bit of studying and go to bed.
Marthala was like,
Because-
"Can we do this out of my room?"
Yeah,
Oh,
Harlock,
yes.
I'll help you with
I
that
was
first
on my
part.
way out.
I packed already.
Great, thanks.
We gotta pack your stuff and then
No.
go pack. Where's Drew's?
No, she says, "Gonna get out of my room. Out of my room. Get out."
I imagine this whole conversation was on the threshold
Probably.
because I was trying not to tell him about stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, if you're asking what I was talking about before, like there was a keg we found a while back that I decided to tap because, it was feeling right. I'm gonna go help finish that off, do some reading, and go to bed because getting on the road right now is a terrible idea. It's terrible.
It's not
Why
the
would
best.
we should at least get a night's sleep?
Yeah, Drew's just taking some time to himself, so we'll give him some
What
sun
is-
wandering time.
What is Brandel
Oh, Drew's
doing?
isn't back yet?
Did
No, he's out in the field.
did Brandel follow them up there? Or are you still in the common room, like
No,
drinking?
I'm straight up still downstairs. Yeah.
Please tell me you're
Just
halfway
check.
up the staircase.
Just checking. Okay, so Harlock, you're
I
asking.
mean, if I see people going, like, if I see like the whole gang going upstairs, I may follow after. But like, yeah. At
Okay.
least for the most part, I'm still.
All right,
At
just
least until Quentin and Martha, I'm not.
okay.
Just so
in front
you
of the keg,
know,
just
Brandel
continuing
walked
to
like
pour.
Shaggy in my head.
So Harlock, Quentin just told you that Druge was laying in a field. I'm sorry I interrupted that. Where did you want to take that?
I don't know that Harlock would understand why Drew should be in a field, but I think his first instinct would be like some weird, I don't know, rite or like ritual or something. Like he's very magic based, and even though Drush isn't,
well,
maybe there's still
It's
religious
more like,
sort of things.
More religion.
Like I don't know that he'd verbalize this, but he'd be like, "Oh, okay, sure, that sounds reasonable."
You know how you like to sit with books?
Where's this going?
Yeah.
Sometimes Drew's likes to sit with nature. I think.
I don't follow.
Books are nature is his books.
Yes.
Okay, I think we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. That's
Okay, and then
We're-
just walk down the stairs.
We're gonna pause. We're gonna take. Let's take. 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Which would you rather?
Depends how much ice you want in your whiskey.
oh.
Right, that's right. I get whiskey. Let's take 10. So we will be back about 5 minutes. We'll be back about 5 minutes after the hour stream. I'm gonna put up a be right back screen with some beautiful art on it. I unfortunately do not quite have any music yet, but you can fill these 10 minutes donating to my 3 favorite charities: Game to Grow, Take This, Child's Play. There you go. We'll be back in about 10. Thanks, friends. Okay, I think we're really live and all the microphones are live. Okay, liveness, hooray! Hi, stream, we're back.
Ray.
I did not
Liveness.
pound that whiskey. I'm just being silly. Okay, so I believe where we left things was, Quentin heading back downstairs. Marthala shoving everybody out of her room, closing the door, going to sleep. I think that sounds right. Harlech gave up and went back to his room to study and go to sleep.
Middle of going upstairs.
Harlech went downstairs to make sure that people were drinking the rest of the keg before it goes bad.
Got it. Okay,
And then
so
he was going to go upstairs and read.
Randall, I think you run into Quentin and Harlech as they're coming down those stairs.
Slow motion Scooby Doo hallway.
Okay.
So are we leaving?
No, we're not
Okay.
leaving. We're going to take a nap for like 8 to 10 hours.
For at least one long rest.
I wish Marthala was here for this in IRL because Relic, when she tries to kick him out of the room,
Mhm.
is gonna grab at her jacket
Mhm.
and with actual tears in his eyes, it's gonna say, "We gotta go. I can't wait. If you all ain't going with me, then I gotta go. You gotta come with me."
Oh,
Oh God, I don't know what Marthala would do at this point. Like, a couple months ago,
I
I would
don't
say that
either,
she'd go
because-
straight with you. Yeah.
He's drunk, so I don't know how that all would factor into her decision-making process.
I don't either. Do you
if
think
you'd
there's-
like, I did have a spell holstered for something like this.
Okay, what is it? Please say sleep.
It's suggestion.
Or suggestion. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, that'll work.
oh.
I think okay, to set that up, I think what you would hear is Marthala being like, Relic, and like Relic getting kind of upset. And Harlech, you want everybody to sleep for the night, right?
Yeah.
Relic's fervor has not dissipated, so do you want to use that?
So, the suggestion, like once casted, hopefully slightly helped by the fact that he's drunk, would be, you can run and hide better on a full night's rest than you can in the middle of the night.
Probably add something like, they can't possibly find you here.
You're like, here you're surrounded by fellows, and tomorrow we can all be on our way.
I think suggestion's technically supposed to be like one word, or is that command?
It's
You're
suggestion's
thinking
supposed to be one or
Okay.
two sentences,
Okay.
but like I'm giving you the concept.
Right.
Command is one word,
Yeah.
and that's like you do exactly what I say. This is, hey, there's this thought that pops up. Maybe rest would be better than running without it,
I mean, Drew,
given our recent exposure to danger.
and you gotta get Druge, right? And he won't be ready until morning, so maybe, yeah. What does Relic think?
Is there a save? A wisdom save, I think?
Oh, there probably is.
There is suggestion.
It is a wisdom save, yes.
Unless you're immune to being charmed, in which case it doesn't do anything.
And it's
No.
8 plus
Frightened.
proficiency plus stat modifier, right?
Correct.
So that I believe is a 15. Yeah, it's a 15.
Wisdom saving. Well, that's a natural 7.
Oh no.
Nice.
Oh
So-
no!
So you passed it no problem, is what you're saying.
We're all dead in like 45 minutes.
So the whiz save failed, and it's a nat 7. Cool.
Your pants turned into a mimic.
I did not know where that sentence was going. I was so excited to hear you finish it.
You
Thunder
turn
wave.
to stone for 6 hours.
Well, that's
Oh my god,
That's a hard
perfect.
rest.
That is the card she pulled.
Harley's doing like, what? That, no,
Well.
that's the wrong spell.
Well,
Wrong
what?
spell, wrong spell, wrong spell.
So, Glenn, or Harlech, you go to cast this spell, Suggestion, right? You know what Suggestion feels like. You've used it before. It's probably going to work. And you feel it taking hold, and all of a sudden, he's made out of stone. And Marthala looks at you, and she's like, what did you do?
Anyway, gotta go to bed.
What did you do? You get back here and fix this?
Good night. He will probably leave with uncharacteristic speed.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Relic, is this okay? Yeah. Alright.
So good.
Okay.
This actually fits in with a bunch of other stuff we'll work in later.
Wait, what?
Yeah. What?
You said you're working later. It's fine.
Like, I assume we're gonna keep going. You'll find out in the
Okay,
morning.
Marthala is like I don't. There, you're tries to close the door, and Relic is actually in the way.
No. She's strong, girl.
And Quentin, I think when you come upstairs, she's just standing next to Relic, like bonking him with the door.
Like, he's probably liftable.
Hey,
Heavy.
Marthala, you wanna hand with that?
Yeah.
Just a wee
I'll,
leg.
I'll give her a hand with it, and just enough to get it in the door so she can close it.
You get it all the way
As someone
into
who
her
has
room.
been petrified recently, the weight increases by a factor of 10.
Yeah, but he's only like 30 pounds, right?
Yeah, how much do you weigh?
That is impolite to ask.
Does that mean you don't know?
So I just try.
38 pounds. I am 3 feet
Yeah, so
tall.
380 pounds between the two of
38
us. you can
pounds.
use that. Yeah,
Okay, so that's heavy,
that's doable.
but doable.
Yeah. So you try real hard.
Especially like drag.
Roll
Yeah,
me a
that's good.
strength check.
I mean, Marthala's strength is, what, 18? Same as Druj's?
I'm just
so-
gonna say she succeeds on a strength check, but does Quentin?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not weak. Super weak. Let's see.
Just
Yes,
gonna throw
but
your back out?
you're also not having your character be played by the GM who wants to, hand wave stuff.
24. How's
Okay.
that?
Oh,
So y'all
you guys
y'all
set
move
it down
him.
gently.
You move him into the room, and you go to leave, and she goes, "Wait, why did we put him in my?" Okay.
we can put him in the hallway.
She closes the door in your face. I think is
Okay.
accurate. I think that's what would happen.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay.
I take no offense. I go to bed.
All right. So Druge is asleep in a field. Relic is made out of stone. Marthala's gonna stare at it for a minute and then go to sleep. Brandel,
Still watching.
Quentin. I think she you're probably looking at the bed, and I think she gets uncomfortable and puts a blanket over your head or something.
It's fair.
That's great.
So Brandel and Quentin and Harlech are still up. Harlech checks on the beer and then goes up and reads and goes to bed.
Yeah.
Quentin and
Harlech has some
Brandel.
studying to do.
Yeah, I'd hang out with Brandel till he's ready to go to bed.
Okay.
I'll just sit around and then go to bed.
Okay.
Hold up.
Y'all go to bed.
Okay.
All right. You all wake up in the morning. Relic, you probably wake up before morning because it's only 6 hours. Let's say
Does-
all.
Oh, does the compulsion work? I'm sorry. Does the suggestion work?
It does
And
because
does time pass?
for him.
Would he still be under effect?
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
How
My
long does-
one caveat to that is suggestion is concentration, so it might drop if you sleep.
Yeah.
True. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right.
I would. Yeah. I don't think it would last that long. But yeah, if you go to sleep, concentration definitely no.
Yeah, concentration's probably out.
So let's say y'all went to bed around midnight. So around 6 a.m. Relic, you are no longer stoned.
What
You-
bloody hell?
There's a blanket over your head.
Who turned out? Oh, okay. Well, am I still intoxicated, or is 6 hours as stone I was stoned.
I don't
If it-
know.
If it's like stasis, I feel like you'd pick up where you left off.
I think you're still drunk, yeah. Because you'd still be injured if you came out of being stoned, so I think you'd still be drunk.
Here is an interesting question. Will he have rested?
I would say yeah. No. No.
So historically, the ruling on that is Druge got a long rest when he was turned to
Oh,
stone.
that's true.
Then yes, he's rested.
The creature,
But he has only been down for
incapacitated,
6.
So incapacitated isn't necessarily a condition that stops a long rest.
You were down for like 24. He was down for 6.
Oh,
So if he's down for
So-
another 2, maybe?
All I have is a spell slot. So it doesn't. It's not a burned a spell slot for
All right, that's
Or-
a fair point.
okay.
event, so I can keep that gone.
All right. So
Go either way.
Relic wakes up, blanket over his head.
What? He's gonna see Marthala sleeping and hang his head and collect his belongings and leave.
Like leave the inn.
Banana.
Okay.
So,
Dang.
I would like to say that Harlech was already planning on getting up early, but if he doesn't get that 8 hours, he doesn't get his stuff back, does he? So he probably wouldn't be up yet.
Yeah. All right. So a couple hours later, y'all roll out of bed. Relic, do you know which direction you would have gone in? Do you want to message me that?
No. He's drunk. He's
Got
got
it.
his fangs and he just kind of starts meandering out of town.
Got it.
Roll
Okay.
for-
So you're not moving super fast.
No.
All right, a couple
Probably
hours.
dragging his bag behind him.
Can stuff be falling out of it, please? Just like a shoe here and there.
Absolutely.
6 shirts.
Great. Druge, when do you come back to the inn?
That's a good question.
Probably a couple hours past sunrise. Like he'll wake up pre-sunrise, but he'll kind of hang out back against the tree and watch the sunrise for a while. But he is in no particular hurry to be back around.
What?
Specifically in a city, but I mean the group is fine for the most part. But confined spaces are. Not
I don't-
favorite.
Because Relic is heading out of town, I don't know that you see him.
Oh, I'm fairly sure I don't.
What season is it?
The one where the sun comes up at a reasonable hour and everybody's happy. Okay, so Druge wakes up and continues to sit under the tree. Quentin. I
Yeah,
hate season questions. Quentin, Marthala, Harlech, and Brandel all become awake at the exact same time and go downstairs and eat breakfast.
Magic.
What happens?
I said magic.
No, what happens? That can't be what happens.
Harlech will ask after Relic carefully, just because he doesn't want to get attacked.
I think on the
Marthala,
way out. Go ahead.
I think.
Alright.
Do we think Marthala would panic if Relic wasn't in the room when she woke up?
I don't think she'd panic because like.
I don't
it was
know.
his
I
room.
Well,
don't-
do you
Go
think-
check his room, maybe?
Do you
I don't know.
think she would like wake up and be like weird? Go to Relic's room, see that him and all of his stuff wasn't there. Do you think she'd like go to Quentin's room and be like,
I
hey?
think that sounds
Do you think
more
she'd
like
go out in the field and be like, Druge, hey? What do we think she'd do? I kind of feel like she'd probably knock on a door. Maybe
So-
Harlech's?
So,
I feel
A,
like there's a lot of abandonment
Definitely
Marthala
not.
has been going through.
originally,
Yeah.
if he's gone, that wouldn't necessarily be a terrible thing because he was in her room and she didn't necessarily want him. But once she figures out he's not anywhere, she might freak out.
And I don't think freak out is. I don't think she'd like run around the end screaming or anything. But I think.
Yeah.
Do we think she'd go to
Concerned.
Quentin's
like-
room?
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
need
I
to
think she'd go
find
to
him.
Quentin's room because she had that heart to heart with Quentin last night.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna mention that, and
Good enough
I'm
for
kind of
me.
the tracker in the group.
Okay, so she knocks on your door, like, and keeps knocking, and until you open it,
Mm-hmm.
and she says,
I'll get up and kind of put myself together. Yeah. Oh.
And she
yeah,
says-
what's up?
"Relic's gone."
Is this good gone or bad gone? Like, is he out canvassing for votes or
All of his stuff is gone. Well, most of his stuff is
Oh.
gone.
Well, he wouldn't willingly carry his own bag, I don't think. That's not good. Yeah, okay, let me get my stuff. I'll go get it and kind of come back out with her.
Do you think she would wake up Harlock and Brandel?
If she didn't, I would.
Okay.
Like, either.
Given Harlock's regiment, I think he might already be up,
Okay.
like downstairs.
Yeah, I'd gather the group and.
Okay. Marthala, I think, goes down to the bar and, like, jiggles a foot until everybody's, like, up and ready to go. She stares at Harlock until he pays the bill, probably, and then they move out.
Well, Harlock would be like, "Is his relic recovered? His senses?"
Relic is gone.
Oh, well, that's a different issue. Huh.
We need to go find him. Quentin, go get Druge.
Yep.
Oh,
And I will go get
as soon as Quentin shows up, be
Sorry,
like,
sorry,
well, I have a quick thing,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I'm gonna touch him and cast Remove Curse.
What?
Oh.
Quentin
damn.
is no longer green.
Do I-
Fancy.
Now? Now is when you do this? Just, okay, thank you, but later. Thank
Well,
you.
I
And I just.
there was the stone thing, and then okay, yeah, bad timing. Go
thank
find
you, but later. We'll just go get Rouge.
Oh my god, that's been over a year, I think. You've been green for
It was
over
like
a year in
session
real
2.
time. Yeah, like, oh my god, that's bonkers. Well, now you're not green, you match your art. Nobody, like, I think everybody does like a double take. I think, yeah, but I want,
Oh, that's what he looked like.
yeah.
The only person that's seen me not green more than green is Druge.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
so,
I'll go find him.
all right. You find him
That
in
was
the field.
really more about. Well, I'm not going to use it on Relic. Let's give this a shot. Oh, hey, look at that!
So you go out into the field
I
and
fixed it.
Druge isn't hiding or anything, is he?
Nah, he's just kind of chilling.
Quentin
Oh,
walks up to you, not green.
I'll have brought him some breakfast.
Okay.
Hey,
What is from
how was your sleep?
You're not green.
Yeah, how about that? It's hard, like, who knows? We've got a little bit of a situation with Relic. There's something about a religion or an order coming after him, and he was drunk and then stoned and then left, and Marthala's upset, so we should probably hit the road a little bit. If you're up for it. I mean, if you're not, I mean, I'll take this one if you just want to chill. But
Ooh, excuse me.
still want to come with us, that'd be neat.
And he'll kind of stop for a second. It looks like he was
Just
about
stand
to
there
say
real awkward.
something, until you mention that Marthala's upset, in which case he will start to get to his feet.
Yeah, that was my reaction too.
How big of a hurry are we in?
I mean, we can ask Karlak how long he was stoned. Sorry, he was actually a stone statue, similar to your experience, but apparently much shorter.
I'm not 100% sure Harlock would know, but you could ask him.
We'll find out when we get back there.
Everybody else thinks
so-
it's on purpose.
Yeah. So,
Did Harlock do the
I
thing
mean,
where he's like
shit.
he like looks at his hands and he's like, how, what did I?
He does a lot of
a couple of pages like, no.
earth magic. He did spend a bunch of time making sure he knew Remove Curse, just in case.
the thing where like you
Might
try to
be-
get the DVD started, but you hit menu instead of play, and then it just comes out wrong.
Might be real reluctant to do suggestion in the future. Be like,
Cast suggestion on a plant.
let's see
Yeah.
if this works.
I'll walk back with Druge. I'm like,
Um, As you're turning around to go, the trunk will kind of catch you on the shoulder, and you'll.
yeah, what's up?
Do I still have a mustache?
Does he?
And eyebrows.
Before I respond, does he?
I don't think ink like wears off that fast. I think you have to like wash it, right?
It's
So I think
probably,
he
like, a
does.
little, like,
Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry
might
about
be
that.
s-
I was in another room. I'll kind of like get out my disguise. I think it's a disguise kit. No, I guess I don't. I'll get out some traveling stuff and like try and help him get it off.
Depending on the ink, it's possible you might be able to smudge / wipe a lot of it off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's-
You can probably make it just sort of like a black or like a darker area on your
like just
skin.
a smudge or something. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
We've got war paint, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
You know what? I think fairly easily you could turn that into some pretty fierce war paint. You know what? Roll for it. Roll me something for it.
Sleight of hand. Maybe?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. Go for that.
do you have disguise?
Do you have disguise? Yeah.
Do I? No.
Do you
Is
have like proficiency in disguise kit or whatever it is?
You could do a dex-based performance check and call that a attempt at
Sure.
makeup. Essentially.
Probably.
Sleight of hand is better than that, but I'll take either one, whatever you want.
just sleight of hand. I want this
Okay.
to work.
19.
19? Okay. Yeah. You make it into some pretty fierce war paint.
I feel like if Druge has Druge used paint when we've traveled before. For any
Yeah,
reason?
when you first ran into him, he had some kind of dry
Okay.
and crack stuff all over the upper trunk area
Okay.
between the eyes.
All right. So I'll kind of do my best to like smudge it in that direction if I can't get all of it. But...
Okay. Yep. So you do that. Anything else before you make it back to the inn?
How quickly are we going? Is this like a brisk jog? Are we casually strolling? What is the pacing?
I mean, he's got those little legs, as he likes to say, but you know, I don't think he's on fire, but Marthala really did seem worried, so we, at least for her sake, should probably move pretty quickly. And you know what? I mean, he's not the worst guy in the world. He seemed pretty scared, so you know, don't trample anybody, but we should get our boots on.
Yeah, then he will match.
Don't
that
worry,
with-
your stuff is already packed.
Everybody's stuff is packed.
I mean, most of his stuff with the eye.
Kind
but
of.
Yeah, whatever's
I
left.
mean, my stuff
yeah.
is like a bed.
It's
A
a
soggy
bedroll.
blanket.
You know?
It's still covered in sand somehow.
Stuff's hard to get out.
I
Yeah.
think it produces sand.
Okay.
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Okay. So you guys make it back to back to the inn. Marthala is visibly like, we need to get moving. Brandel, you following along? You do anything in particular?
Oh no, I'll follow. Yeah,
Hanging out.
at least to see what happens.
Roll me a perception check, Brandel.
Oh boy, there we go. Wait.
I just
You
got
sense
turned
the
on
ocean.
green.
Those very close, very close. It's an 8 plus. You said perception?
I did.
Oh, it's a 9.
It's a beautiful morning.
Great.
Just
Great.
beautiful. Yeah, your powers don't work if you're not on a beach, apparently. Okay, Marthala, I think everybody's gathered there, and she's like, okay, Relic is missing. We need to go find him.
Okay. Just kind of take her at her word and be ready to go.
you all stand there for a minute, and she's like, where?
Quentin, you wanna get on that?
Yeah. Oh. Unless you want to smell his underwear.
If you were Graham,
Gross.
And I will.
No.
How does tracking?
Let me know
work?
what you roll before you
ooh,
do whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I
What would you
don't-
like me to roll to try and track?
I don't know how tracking works. Tuck, do you have any suggestions?
You can do
Nature.
that as nature or survival, depending on how you want to interpret that.
Whichever one's higher. I'll spin it. Whichever one's higher.
I think I will kind of like man, how would I want to flavor this? What's wisdom? It's owls. So if it's owls, I think I'll kind of like run my hands back across my head and kind of stretch, and then center myself, and I'll cast enhance ability on myself for owl's wisdom. And then you said nature. Sorry.
Whichever one's higher. Nature or survival?
Survival is usually the
survival.
go-to, but nature also works.
They're even. Survival. I'll go with survival. I did wisdom. So that's a 2. Glad I did enhance.
Wait.
That gives me advantage.
Wait.
I
doesn't
said
give you
to
advantage.
tell me what you roll.
Hold on.
tell me what you roll,
Yeah, it does give you advantage. So.
Randall.
Oh wait. Does it also give me 2d? Oh, regain 2d6. Okay. So that's the second one was a natural 7 plus 3.
You're killing
You rolled
me.
an 18.
Great,
Isn't
you
that
rolled
neat?
an 18. That's
Oh,
so
look
neat.
at that! Look at that 18 that I
So neat.
rolled.
The 18-year-old. God damn it.
That 18 plus 3.
So many live sevens. You're killing me.
Your whatever.
So 22 total.
Okay. So Quentin, you start casting around, and you find
The owls are interesting today.
you find you find one of Relic's shirts like caught in a bush. And as you like you grab it, and as you move in that direction, you're finding, I mean, it's scattered, right? Like you have to kind of go in a direction for a while, but you're finding his stuff sort of along the way. Relic, I don't think you'd get very far in a couple of hours the way you're moving. I think you'd only make it
No,
maybe
I don't think so either.
2 or 3 miles, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
The average person walks 15 minute mile, 4 miles an hour, but he's 3 feet tall and
Actually,
drunk.
the average walking speed is 3.2 miles an hour from what I have been told.
That's rather fast as a person
It
who does
is.
not walk that speed.
I know how fast that is because moving a wheelchair at 3.2 miles is incredibly slow. So let's say it takes you about 20 minutes to make a mile, but you're drunk. So let's say it takes you about 40 minutes to make a mile. So you'd make it about 3 or 4 miles. Does that sound right?
If I'm on the road,
Yeah.
did you have me
What-
on the road? Okay.
I think drunk Relic would stay on the road. I think.
Easiest path.
Yes.
I get the furthest distance, and then I'll cut cross country. Yeah. What?
Just need to get clear first, and then I'll.
Yeah. Then
Cut
you can zig
through.
and zag.
Serpentine.
Okay, so I think like
17.
Yeah.
Like 2
So
miles an
at
hour.
what point is it like Quentin, what dear elf eyes see, and they're taking the Hobbit to Isengard?
I don't think that happens. I think what happens is like every now and then Quentin will like hold up another piece of Relic's clothing and be like, he went
Behind me.
this
Sucks.
way. You know, and I think you guys are moving at a fairly good clip. So I think about an hour later you come upon Relic. Now, is Relic still moving, or is it possible he's just standing in the middle of the road like breathing hard because he hasn't really slept, he's drunk, and he's not happy? What do you think? Do you think he's still moving, or do you think he's paused for a moment?
Think that he got tired and he set up camp. off the side of the road. He camouflaged it. I put branches on my coat and hid real well. He did not hide real well.
Okay.
So this looks
Is this
terrible.
like drunken scrambled eggs camp?
Is there like a stick with some leaves on it on his head?
Just sleeping
Basically.
under
And
egg
he's
sticks.
and he's like a foot
Stuck
off.
in his shirt.
He's like a.
faded
Is he
branch.
like a foot off the road, like very clearly visible when he thinks he's like way far back?
Yeah, well, it like a ditch just off the road, but his head is
Face
covered.
down.
No one can see me if I can't see them. Is it that kind of thing?
Precisely. That's good. Is a good philosophy.
Oh my god.
Stuck a branch down the back of his shirt. Maybe one in an arm sleeve. And you're like, I'm a tree.
I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I believe Marthala would sort of stand there and look at this. What's everybody
I'll
else
kind of
doing?
grab everybody else and kind of herd them away so Marthala can.
Oh, I don't want to do a Marthala thing if she's not here. Can somebody?
Yeah, I know.
Somebody
We
else do something. Marthala will have words later.
I mean, Harlot can start up in his questioning of coming back to not being stone. You're like, how did you feel when you woke up?
So you wake him up.
Perfect.
You go over and wake up Relic.
With a questionnaire.
I feel like I'm getting poked by a nosy.
I
Oh.
don't know if Barthala would let Harlot go poke at Relic at this point.
I don't think she would either.
Water?
I don't think she would either. Do you think she'd try and let him sleep and just like be like, all right, this is where we're camping for right now?
I don't think so. I
I-
don't know if anybody else would either. Would they?
I don't know that she'd let somebody
mean, I
else
would.
wake up. I don't know that she'd let somebody else wake up Relic, but I think she might wake up Relic. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it kind of depends on her anger level.
Let's say she wakes up
Yeah.
Relic. Okay, so she stands there for a minute. If anybody goes to wake him up, she says, wait. And then after like a couple minutes, she stomps down there and like she reaches out a foot like she's gonna, nudge him, and then she pulls it back, and then she leans over and she like shakes you awake.
Yes. Why? You go.
You go.
And she says, what do you think you were doing? I can't do an English accent very well, so.
We're running away. You. Okay. We're all here now. I was waiting for you.
Are you still drunk?
Are you?
I think she would shake her head and walk away. Like, like, is anybody else gonna?
All right. All right. Does healing
If we're running,
word work on
The
a
subject
hangover?
is now awake.
you asked what?
What were you
Healing
gonna?
word work on a hangover?
I think so, cause I feel like alcohol is poisoning, and so
Yes, alcohol technically counts as poison. So, like, if you were to do like a paladin lay on hands to cure poison, it would work on a hangover. I don't know if you want to apply that to healing word, but whatever.
I don't have that either.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
All right. Wait. Creature of your choice. Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm gonna cast healing word on myself. I'm gonna say, all right. Right now, get it together, and feel better. Okay. All right then. I feel better now.
Oh, do you?
Thank you. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
If we're running, can we move this off the road and I'll point to an area that would be actually occluded from the road?
I don't think you're running. Oh, do you say that as a character?
Yeah, I'm saying that, like, if we're running from someone, can we move this somewhere?
Right. I may have misjudged my hiding place here.
A little bit.
Boy.
Wonder why.
I really let things slip, didn't I? This is what happens when you get in a group. You get complacent, and you
Yelling
set
over
yourself up.
here.
I think Marsala would probably push back on that and be like, this isn't about the group, this is about you. Something like that.
Right, yeah. Look, y'all don't understand. You don't understand. These folks are bad, right? I just trust me when I say it. Look, I don't ever ask anything of you all. That's for dramatic effect.
So you're running from bad people, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
I understand that. Again, let's get off the road if you're really that concerned.
Really curious if it's
Did
a
they-
religious war.
They see you all leaving town. Anybody seen this, mate? This bloke that Alec showed up and whatnot?
The blue.
Don't know,
one?
but I'll see us in the middle of the road.
He wasn't really blue.
I feel like most of us picked up on that.
Okay. So let's
Right,
say
so tell me exactly what he looked like.
you know that he was very tall. He was very thin. He looked healthy. He was wearing very dark red and white robes. They were kind of layered. He looked very clean. He had a very sharp beard, like it was very like squared off, and his hair was combed very neatly. It's like a brown color. Oh, and he had
think,
a very heavy gold ring on his left hand.
I think Harlick would probably express this clinically. Be
Right.
Like he looked this way and this way. I don't think he'd talk about how nice his part looked or anything. Just be like he had brown hair.
Whatever.
Yeah,
He's
part
supposed
of
to be very clean and stuff.
What about the ring? The ring. You get a good look at the ring.
You did not.
Did I get a good look at the ring?
Mm-mm.
No, like it. He had a ring. I'm surprised
Right.
I noticed that amount. He
You're not the
gestured a
most
lot. And that's
observant,
probably
chap.
why. Not for people that I don't guess are important.
Right, chaps. Look, I don't want to go into it too much. Here's the deal. Look, I can't. Oh,
Mhm.
Water.
all right. Yeah, thank you. Like, look, okay. These are bad chaps. I've been running from my whole life, and they can't. If they get hold of me, it's gonna be real bad for me. Now, I understand. It's gonna look at Quentin that you all might not appreciate me very much, and I feel like that's a bit undeserved. But trust me when I say I've got yours back, and I've had your interests in heart for at least a couple weeks, at least. So,
At least like yesterday.
Yesterday's a couple
So-
weeks, right?
yeah, I was
It's-
stoned for a little while.
It's always good to have a man of the cloth along on a trip, no matter how devout they may appear.
Right. So, I think maybe he's gonna look at Marthala. Maybe it's time to come a little bit clean. I'm not ordained, you might say.
You're just ore.
Ordained.
Bit more of a free range preacher.
Oh my god, I wish Martha was here. I'm pretty sure that would be shocking to her. Right? I think she started to see through the
Yeah.
bullshit a little bit, but I think that sort of like is like, wait, what?
Right, yeah. So, but I come on my knowledge naturally, right? Like I was learned, right? I just didn't quite go to school for it or whatever it is those cleric types do. And it has nothing to do with why they're after me. I'm not good with always touchy-feely stuff, but just who's with me?
Druge will cut him off, actually, before he finishes that. Look, little one. I don't know what you got yourself into, but I understand not wanting to be around bad people.
Same.
That I can help you with.
All right.
Quentin will kind of walk up and very seriously look at him and say, "All right, I don't need to know much, but did you kill somebody who didn't deserve it?"
Almost never.
No, and for the reasons they're after you, and answer me straight. You get one chance. Did you do something to somebody who didn't deserve it?
And
Honestly, and just look straight at you.
he's gonna look you straight in the eyes and he's gonna say, "No, mate. No, they deserved everything they got."
I'm not even gonna
He's
roll
gonna-
an insight check. All right.
He's gonna look down at his feet, which complains about all the time, but I don't know if anybody's ever actually looked at him. And pointedly look at his fairly mangled feet and legs. He walks with a significant limp from some breaks that might not have healed correctly. No, they deserved everything they got.
And is Relic standing up right now, or is he sitting?
Standing.
Quentin will just put his hand out and be like, "All right, where do we need to go?"
Well, okay, right. I'm not.
A full account might be prudent at some point, but now
First, let's get
perhaps
away.
is not the best time.
I don't think Druge or I want heat on our head from an organization. At least I don't any more than we already do. And as
Unless they are very small and easily run over.
I think
Oh,
I
no.
can put that particular hope to rest. They're big enough for me to know of them.
All right, I think we're gonna call the session here because y'all need to make some decisions. I need to make some decisions. We're close
Martha
enough.
needs to be around. Oh my
I
God.
really need Martha to be around before you guys move in a direction. I need her to know what happened in this session. I need to give her some time to to fill in some reactions because we sort of sketched some in. I think that part's
And
important.
I'm cool with retconning stuff. If need be.
Yeah, we might retcon a
there's
couple of
big
things. I
moments.
want to make there were a couple of big moments that I want to make sure she's aware of.
and so far, Martha has been very much like
I think we've
observe,
been.
think about it, and react later.
Yeah, I think
So
we're in line, but I just want to double check. So let's go ahead and pause here. Let's recap what we know, what y'all learned. Let's do the RP point, and then we'll pick back up. The next time we play. Oh my God, that dog is so cute. Ugh, these
Oh,
webcams are
sleepy
killing me.
puppy. I'm trying to
That
keep
big
her
old
awake,
belly.
so I've
Yes.
been
So you can sleep.
dumping her out of her bed, and then she crawls back in, and then I dump her out again. That's what I was laying on the
Aw.
floor earlier doing.
Perfect. Okay, let's wrap this up then, so you can put her to bed. What'd y'all learn today? You learned a lot. What'd you learn today?
Relic isn't ordained. Shock. Pikachu.
Okay.
Um,
What else?
We don't know how long Harlech has had the ability to get rid of green,
Yeah,
but
just let me be green
he
forever.
hasn't used it till now.
Just today, he woke up and he was like, yes.
Ah, it's a Tuesday.
Oh, you know what I could do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What else?
That's not good. Oh, you were saying that's what Harlech was saying. I thought you were saying that as the DM, and I was like, oh no.
I thought you were
I mean,
too.
Druge doesn't know this, but apparently the Church of the Holy Rider is like the trigger word for Relic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I.
But Druge has no idea because, we're hanging out and watching the sunrise. But
I think this is more of a group collective, what y'all learned tonight. I think that's a good thing to call out.
Yeah. Church of the.
Holy Rider.
Church, the Holy Rider has moved south to where we are now.
Holy Rider.
Apparently.
someone
Okay.
cue it up.
What else did you learn this evening? Or in this session?
That Harlot can turn people to stone for 6 hours.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, Harlock learned that too.
Yeah, I think he's first one to learn it.
Things that Harlock should be very glad Druge didn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, did
What's the
you
things
do
that's
that?
doing
Were
front of
you
Druge?
responsible for that?
That one.
Yeah, but no, do that in front of Druge. It'll be fine. Nothing bad will happen.
Okay, what else
Anything
did you learn?
happened for Aaron's natural 7 earlier?
We don't know yet.
You'll find out.
Oh.
That's
You'll find out, man.
It wasn't-
Very ominous.
It wasn't relevant at the time, but I think it will be relevant soon.
Yeah, it's not
good.
ominous at all.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we learned that the Order of the Holy Riders are dicks.
I mean, at least that one guy was.
I mean, based on what he explained and like their policies of like we take over churches and the women are just serve us because they're not good enough because they're not dudes and
There's a religion in a book I read recently that I'm basing this off of. That's where the colors and
Yeah.
the attitude came from.
yeah.
Okay, other stuff you learned? Or you want to move to RP points?
Whatever has happened with Relic is painful and scary enough that he gave up potentially ruling an entire town to immediately run away.
Yeah, he went
Uh,
from let's manipulate the vote with dead people to and
Yeah.
we out.
Theoretical necromancy to border jumping.
Deuces, y'all.
I think Harlock's family may have an affinity for Temple of the Coin Maiden. Like it kind of makes sense, and it would also
Yeah, I think
make
so.
sense why
Huh,
he just
yeah.
decided to be like, yeah, no, this place is gonna stay the way
Yeah.
it's
Like
supposed to be.
He's one of those like quiet religious people that actually do what their religion says and help
Well,
people instead
like,
of
I don't think
using
he's-
them for jets.
I don't think he's especially devout, but like I think the family kind of patronizes the Temple of the Coin Maiden
Makes
because
sense,
they're
yeah.
merchants and like it kind of
Mhm.
makes sense. But it's like no, like you're just gonna buy them? Like that's like you're
Not
not
cool.
even being nice about it. You're
Yeah.
a dick.
That's not even supporting, let alone okay.
That makes sense. What else did you learn? Or RP points. And chat, remember, I accept RP points from chat. Go ahead and type them in there.
Rip.
Can we just give it to Relic now?
We can. I do like to write down the RP points because they're a part of the summary that I read back to y'all. So I'd love to go through that if
Yeah.
you're okay with that. But yeah, if you want to give Relic an RP point, I'm okay with that.
For being a general drunken panic weirdo. It's fair.
I mean,
Not even just drunken panic weirdo, like the immediate reaction and then the unseen servant and then the
Unseen servant
everyone's
between
bad,
Harlock and Relic.
and
that was
like
dude.
everything like that 45 minutes of
That was great stuff.
Relic losing
Oh my God.
her loving shit. What dear fuck,
The-
guys.
The taking their shirts out that so Harlock's
Dude,
stuff
yeah, I just pictured
servants
Merlin
taking the
from
shirts
the
out
Sword
that
in the
Relic is
Stone.
putting in. And then the extra illusory clothes to pack up that he was then like, oh, that's my favorite shirt that didn't exist 5 seconds ago.
Tyler called out the same thing. Harlock's minor
Oh my
illusion
God.
and unseen servant to distract Relic from packing.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
That whole scene was so good.
Any other good RP moments? I'm sad because I think Marthala would have had a bunch of good ones tonight. I'm saying this because I miss her, not because
Probably.
I'm not trying to be mean about her not being here. I think
Yeah.
she's so good.
I
It
do want
could
to
have
still
leaned
call
on her a
out
bit.
the what?
I just like I feel like she could have definitely jumped in a number of places.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
She will next time. It'll
Yeah.
be great.
Yeah. I still want to call out Brandal's quiet moments of like going up the stairs. Oh, we're going down the stairs. Oh, going up. Where?
Oh, we're not leaving.
We're not leaving. Are we leaving?
What are we doing, guys?
And actually, Quentin, like, no, yeah, you're fine. This is war paint now. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Just smear this on here, buddy. It's gonna
This
be
is how this works,
okay.
right?
There's no cultural significance there that is at all important that Quentin absolutely knows 100% about. Yep.
I mean, his goal was to like remove as much as he can, but if he can't, smudge it at least in a general direction.
Oh, what did his war paint mean? Hmm?
Lore.
I don't know.
Lore.
Or
I mean, I think that the God damn it. Now I'm drunk and relic. The I can't think of the word, but the spontaneous. There we go. The spontaneous curse breaking was.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yes.
That's a good moment too.
Oh, and good lord, Harlech being like, "Oh, you think you're hot shit? Here's a platinum. Deuces."
Yeah, the whole opening with Harlech
Oh,
buying
that
it.
was so good.
Just the cold open of Harlech making it fucking hail all
Oh,
over the
man.
table.
That was
Oh,
also
you're
a very
that
good
type
moment.
of 1%. Fuck you.
Look at me over here.
Giving Tuesday.
It is
Oh,
Giving
your new
Tuesday.
money. No.
Game to grow.
And
Child's
Harlech
Play. Take
embodied
this.
Giving Tuesday.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of charity in game, in canon, on Giving Tuesday.
He did. Yes, you did a very good job of representing Giving Tuesday. Good job, Harley. Other
Woo-woo.
good moments. Are you ready to vote?
I'm ready.
Vote away, my friends. Can we just give an RP point to Harlech and Relic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
The overall backstory reveal and the just straight up cold open. What I also love is that like that was one of the most badass things Harlech has ever done, and no one saw it. He didn't tell anyone.
Oh right, that's
Also,
my friend. He
tell
Harlech
anybody
was
about it.
buying
Tell
things.
anyone. You're
No,
like, oh
like
yeah,
the-
I just got upset, so I just did a thing.
I got upset, so I spent money.
Like the last 3 episodes have been like, oh, you would like some lore? Let me just salt bay that all over your campaign.
Yeah, you guys went straight from like when you guys go when you guys make a decision to like we don't want to follow the book, we want to work in our backstories, and you really work in those
Yeah.
backstories. You're doing it.
I think we touched on like at least half the team.
Quentin and Harlech, you gonna vote?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were just doing that.
I just want to see what the votes do, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we're
I was looking for the appropriate
emote. Yeah,
emote, but like
you
I'm
have
not finding
access
it
to
perfect.
all
I
of
don't-
mine
I
in
don't
the
have
Discord.
powers currently,
You
so I'm
are-
just using
Yeah, but it's
You
gotta
are-
be perfect.
You're privileged to have all of my special emotes in my Discord channel, which I can't put on my Twitch yet because I don't have enough.
Harlech is
Whatevers.
privileged. I never would have guessed.
Wizard
Fair
privilege.
point.
A wizard is pretty cute. Yeah. All right, we I do want to give a point to Relic. I think you a roleplay point to Relic. I think you did an absolutely excellent job here. There are some really interesting pieces here. You didn't reveal all. You revealed enough. Like I think this is really gonna help the story move along. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That takes concentration and skill and practice, and I think you're doing really great there. You've got a really good mind for this story, so I think that's fun. Harlick, your reactions tonight were outstanding. Like, you reacted to everything in a really, really,
Okay.
you were on point tonight. Yeah, so you're gonna get the other RP point. That whole scene where you were doing minor illusion and the unseen servants were going back and forth.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I'm-
like call out Relic as well as like he was like, I'm gonna make a shirt, and Relic was immediately like, that's
Yes.
my favorite shirt.
That's
I can't
my-
forget that one.
Yeah, y'all did really good tonight. I really appreciate that. Okay, so before we end, I do want to say again, it is Giving Tuesday. I think it's really important that we support a lot of these organizations because the COVID and the quarantine has taken a huge toll on some of them, on a lot of them. So support those small businesses this holiday. Order early if you can, so that you're spreading it out a bit. Yeah, exactly. It's really important to these groups, these donations. They can be as small as $1. They can be $5, $10. They could be something really small, and it still has a huge impact on them. I do really support these 3 charities. They do absolutely excellent work. They take the support that you give them and they take it really far. So if you have any questions about any of them, reach out. The links are in our chat. They're very forthcoming about what they do with their money and stuff. So go ahead and check them out. Let me know if you have any questions. Where can we find everybody for the rest of the week? Anybody got any streams we want to tell the internet about?
I was going to
Yes.
respond with "Don't let the Holy Rider win."
Yeah,
Donate. Don't let the Holy Rider win.
Oh, got it. Yes.
that's
Follow
perfect.
follow in Harlick's footsteps. Don't let the Holy Riders
Throw
win.
huge amounts of money just cause. You're like, oh, you're a dick.
Okay. Yeah. Justice, is there any Bard and Barbarian stuff that we should be knowing about?
Yes. Thursday, we
Uh-huh.
are back with Call of Cthulhu. We alternate every other week with Wizard Rex TV, so this week is back to us. I ended the last episode by painting a short word picture of personal horror for each individual player as they were
Good.
overcome by madness. In fact, Emily's
terrifying.
was getting married. Married away.
Wow.
Married off or
and
married
two
at all?
Married off because
Okay,
she's an
'cause let's see.
independent.
How does her actual real life partner feel about that? That she's married to?
No, it's the character. The character was very
Yeah,
independent.
okay,
and
I see. Okay, never mind. I
it wasn't
misunderstood.
Emily's horror. It was the character. Yeah.
It was
I
Mags
I've had
Monroe.
whiskey, whatever.
And this week they get to find out what afflicted them with that, if they can snap themselves out of the horror trance. And then also exciting is Friday on Q Times, QUEUE, we take our second episode of Wraith. And if you guys have an opportunity to watch last week's episode, I'd recommend it. Like, I spoke maybe half of that whole episode, and I just loved sitting there as
And you're the
a
storyteller for that.
spectator.
It's one of my favorite
It was
parts.
B.
of the
Dave
storyteller.
Walters.
Yeah.
Dave Walters was a storyteller, and
Okay.
to be honest, he didn't speak very much. He
Gotcha.
he sat back and just kind of watched us do horrible things to each other because Wraith is such a weird and unique system.
Weird.
I want to play it more. I want to play this to be able to watch it, if that makes sense. Like, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that. So Thursday at 6:30.
And
Time, so
And that was your first
8:30
session for
Eastern.
that, right? So that'd be a great time
And
to
Friday
kind
is
of catch up
8:30
and
Eastern.
be on track.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I was saying that was your first episode of that, so right? So it'd be
Yeah.
a good time to jump in, grab that one episode, and be ready for next week.
Yes, absolutely. And we're doing 4. It's only 4 episodes, so we'll be done for Christmas.
I don't
Nice.
know. I don't know
We are-
the Twitch TV addresses for those 2 spaces you just mentioned. So I linked in Bard and Barbarian at least because I think your schedule is in your. I know that I see a schedule in your Twitter a lot, so you can check that out.
Yeah, and I need to get back on that. But yeah, Bard and Barbarian is going to be Thursday, and then Friday is Q Times, and they're both at
Q Times.
8:30 Eastern.
Got it. Okay. Excellent. You
And sorry, we're still doing our season of giving, and
right.
there's a stack of presents under my tree, and none of them are for me.
Aw.
Diana
I got,
wraps all of these.
yeah, I got it. I
So,
got it
like,
wrapped. I didn't know whether it was food
You
or
open
not.
it?
I did. I didn't because I didn't know whether it was food or not. That's been happening. And
Yeah.
so I got tea from.
That's right.
Oh, I forgot.
Smith.
Where
Or Friday
Friday.
afternoon tea.
Friday, is that what it was? Yeah, Friday afternoon tea. It was like a ginger, tea, ginger like
Was that the one that was
grapefruit,
grapefruit
and ginger. Yeah, it was really really good. I really liked it. That was neat. It was like a cup or two of tea, and it was really cool. So the season of giving is if people spend more than 20
$20. Yep.
$20 on Bard and Barbarian. You get a little gift from included from another small creator. I don't want to say small like that, but like another like unique creator. I'll say. Independent creator. There we go. That's what I want.
We've got
Yeah, independent.
They're also
bath bombs. We've got coffee. We've got Elderwood products.
Mm-hmm.
We've got
Hmm.
Jim Hammer.
Mhm.
What else is up there?
You're also doing
Some stuff from Devon Rue.
You're also doing bundles right now, which I think is a great way to sort of like round out a purchase. I bought a bunch of my stuff right before the bundles went out, but I highly recommend them.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I love supporting you. So, yeah, Season of Giving is good. Like Seven Spoon will be back. What's today? Tuesday.
You've been playing lots of Pikmin.
I have. I've been playing a lot of Pikmin. I'm very sorry. I need to get that Doggos game together. I'll do it. I swear it'll probably be around the holiday break, in December. But we'll be back with. We should be back with Broken Bane on Saturday, I think. We've got brunches this Sunday, I believe. With somebody I've never played with before, so that should be fascinating. Come see that. Cypher of Tyr is going to be one of our brunches soon. I think that's going to be in December.
Oh.
Yep, we are very fancy and very lucky, and everyone should watch because it's going to be very cool. And I'm not going to freak out the whole time. So, yeah, okay. But this...
And eventually, I'll have to run a game for you at some point. One of your streams eventually.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I would love that. Can you do the Wagadu one maybe on my stream?
Yeah, I can do Wagadu Chronicles.
Yay! Everybody respond to my Twitter with wanting that because it's gonna be so cool. on break, I was looking at art for that. The Wagadu Chronicles are really cool. The lore there is really neat. They include disability stuff in there, like in a reasonable way, and it's so good. I'm very happy.
Is
Very
that
happy.
Kickstarter that you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Kickstarter's complete. They raised all their money. It's very cool. You can look it up on the internet. I highly recommend it. Okay, anything
And if
else?
there's one thing we all know that tech responds well to, it's social pressure. So
Yeah, that's fine. That's
I
fine.
guess so. Give me the social pressure, and I will wheedle at TechSoup. All right, folks. We'll let you go for the evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We really enjoy having these viewers in the chat. I want everybody to try and take care of themselves. This is a really tough time of year for everybody. Please support each other. Reach out to me if you need any help, and I'll see what I can do if I can point you in the right direction. And keep playing games. Okay, everybody say bye, stream.
I think